What's happening, everybody? We are here on a gorgeous Wednesday afternoon, and we are hitting back today. So once again, our focus right now is lower lat, and I wouldn't say width at the moment. I would just say lower lat density, and maybe a little trap density, middle back density. So our first movement is going to be this handle right here. So this one I do like because doing a reverse grip pull down seems to really target low lat. Really target that low lat, but puts a lot of strain on the bicep. So this one, I'm allowed to keep it in and hit it as if I was going reverse grip without putting the strain on my bicep. So this is our first exercise. Do a couple sets control with that bad boy, and then we move on to more of our compound movement, which should be stiff leg deadlift today. All right, so normally during prep I will cut down from 3 top sets, possibly even more, to really 2 top sets, just for the fact of lower caloric intake, and we need to recover because we push these sessions pretty hard, and so we'll really keep it to 2 really intense top sets to where we can't really do another rep, and then we move on to the next exercise. So here we go. Oh. Oh shit. Okay. All right. So there you go, right there. That's a top set, and so we move on. So just did some stiff legs. Haven't done those in quite a few months, probably before the last 2 shows in February and March, so the Arnold. So throwing it back in, doing 405 to start with. It feels okay, but you can definitely feel when you haven't done them in a while, your hamstrings just aren't, like, they're working, but the activation part of it like gets fatigued really fast. So just did one set there. Worked up to that top set, stiff leg. And now we're gonna do our chest supported row. With this piece right here, it's a little bit longer where the weight stack goes. So it creates obviously with physics, it's like gonna create a different type of feel as it would if the weight was closer. So this one feels pretty heavy. So the most I do with this, it's probably like 5 or 6 25s on it. But you know, then it starts getting pretty heavy because of the way that the bar actually is set. So get after it today, see what we can do. Yeah, that was not too bad, just warming up. See, I probably hit 5 or 6 plays today. So, that's a good top set. That was definitely a good top set. So, just being smart with it. Some days you got 6 plays, some days you don't. Just got to keep the intensity up. I saw it. Woo-hoo. All right. Okay. Oh. Man, I'll tell you what. On a diet, and to all you guys who do compete and do diet, you know those first 2 or so weeks where you're like, oh man, things feel a little different before you acclimate. So that is today. Yeah, buddy. All right, so we do not have a seated pullover machine. So to mimic that movement with our lats, which is an absolutely awesome move for the lats, we attach to this standing tricep press down. We attach an extra sort of rope with handles. And what we do from there is we really have to focus. It makes it a little bit harder than a seated pullover because you don't have to focus as much, just do the machine. But this one we have to focus because if it gets too heavy, we start using a little more bicep, right? With a little more bicep to come down. So what we have to do is we have to be able to maintain our arms being sort of locked in a position so we can isolate the lats. Lats and teres. And as you can see there, if you're able to sort of lock those arms into position, you really do mimic the movement with a seated machine pullover. So That's it. My guys and gals, if you've made it this far in the video, props to you. Probably would have fallen asleep by now. But that being said, our last movement is a assisted pull-up. And the reason I prescribe assisted pull-ups to my clients and myself is because usually by the end of the workout, I'm pretty fatigued. And I'm going to be using any type of muscle to get myself up to the bar. That is not what we want right now. We want to finish out a controlled movement with the back. And so what we're gonna focus on with the assisted is using enough support to still make us work, but to help us get right to the top so we can mimic that back double bicep. So we're full stretching, and it's gonna help us get to where we could actually hit that back double bicep shot and hold it for a second, one Mississippi squeeze, so we're mimicking that. Trying to get a little bit more separation in the muscle, a little bit more refinement. This isn't necessarily a mass builder. I mean, it can if you know, you grow a bunch of muscle from it, but this is more of a refinement by the end of the workout because we're tired. So that being said, we normally do a 5x5 at the end, and that pretty much wipes us off the earth with being exhausted. So we're gonna do a 5x5, one Mississippi squeeze in the top every single rep, and that way we're gonna be able to finish this back workout strong. All right, guys, so that wraps up our back workout today. You know, started off with not a reverse grip, but we used a handle that allowed us to sort of mimic a reverse grip pull down. So we were able to hit more lower lats. Then we did a stiff leg deadlift. And then we went over to a lat pullover, a low pulley row, which sort of more bent over, so we hit more lower lats. And then we did assisted pull-ups to failure with a squeeze at the top. And then we just did a tricep exercise, a couple sets of that. So that was the workout for today. And if anything you guys want to see, leave it down below. Other than that, you know, I do want to let you guys know, since you've made it this far in the video, that there's a big special going on with Suppressor Max over at TroponinSupplements.com. So because you guys watch this whole thing, you get to hear it. Make sure you get it before it sells out. Skylar, how much is off?
$49.99.
So it's $49.99. Thank you, Skylar. Skylar's behind the camera. So $49.99, guys, that is a big percentage off. I take it every day. It's scientific. The studies have even been shown it works better than metformin. And if you guys in the bodybuilding know, you sort of understand what that is with your glucose and whatnot. So for glucose disposal agents, it's one of the best, if not the best on the market. Make sure you take it. Suppressor Max by Troponin Supplements. It's on sale right now, guys. Get it. And like I said, if there's anything else you guys want to see, maybe see me try to do a kickflip. I saw a skateboard the other day. I might get back to my skateboarding ways. So, but if there's something you guys want to see with training and whatnot, or got questions, just let us know. And until the next time, we'll see you.